Well, transparency has been the focus of a couple of bills this session, which we believe could be coming to a close soon. The session, I mean, who knows?
Why not?
Let's see. But that might explain why one of those transparency bills passed through committee and the full House in just 2 days, right, Joe? And maybe because it has to do with lobbyists, everybody's favorite.
Yes.
Always the favorite punching bag at the State House are the lobbyists, right? So what's the idea with this one?
The old green tags. Okay, So here's the idea. It's updating Idaho's sunshine laws, transparency laws, that were drafted in the 1970s. And the idea is to get them to modern times while also elevating lobbyists to a higher level of transparency like campaigns are forced to deal with right now. Just yesterday, House committee advanced the idea, House Bill 398. A big part, more frequent reporting year-round. Secretary of State Phil McGrain explained the actions in play for registered lobbyists. There's direct lobbying, which you can imagine what that is, but this takes a look at indirect actions to influence lawmakers and their votes.
We've seen just in the past few years a rise in what we're referring to as indirect lobbying. Instead of approaching you directly, Representative Hotseller, and saying, hey, how can I win your vote or whatnot, instead we're seeing text messages to your constituents or mailers in your district. And so they're not actually appealing to you directly.
So why are they doing this? Well, McGrain says that a major change is just the amount of money being spent now on indirect lobbying. A little more than 24 hours after that committee meeting, the full House took up the proposal on an accelerated agenda, and we heard some concerns from lawmakers about the complicated nature of the bill, how long it is, and fears that small groups or smaller firms could be caught up in more scrutiny.
This bill opens such a Pandora's box that I cannot, in good conscience, even under the name of transparency and a good cause and a good heart behind the bill, get a green light on this bill.
I view this legislation as an assault on the First Amendment. I view it as a disenfranchisement of the ordinary person that's going to get involved in local government or politics.
Okay, so you heard the concern about the ordinary person. Well, supporters of the idea, they pushed back on those fears, saying that this is about holding registered lobbyists, not average people, accountable, something that campaigns already need to do.
We are asking lobbyists and those who try to influence legislative action and legislators to live by standards similar to the ones we already live by in our campaigns.
This is a transparency bill. We need this. Our public citizens and we don't know where that lobbying is taking place right now year-round.
The sponsor who you just heard from, that's Representative Bruce Gogg, also reiterated there are provisions to exempt groups like homeowners associations and churches. This is again about registered lobbyists. And Brian, the proposal also, it includes universities in terms of reporting their lobbying, direct or indirect. The current law actually doesn't account for that. They also want to make sure that public communication is made by lobbyists and have a paid for by on certain things that are meant to influence lawmakers. And you may be asking, why are lawmakers so passionate about this? They feel like it's an unfair footing having lobbying groups versus campaign rules where there are different rules and different reporting requirements.
Okay, it is interesting. There's been a lot of pushback on these transparency bills this session.
There has been, so we'll see what makes it to the governor's desk.
All right, thanks, Joe.